What's going on, everyone? You're watching the Bass is Good channel, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing this Rockford Fosgate P3 10-inch subwoofer and this Rockford Fosgate Prime R500X1D amplifier. So starting out with the subwoofer, on the box you will find all the specs you will need to know, which is quite handy. Open it up. Comes with all the instructions. You can also get this in a 12-inch and a 15-inch, either 2 or 4 ohms. This one happens to be the 4 ohm version, and I'll explain why in just a moment. It also comes with a sticker. And then next is the subwoofer, and take a look at that. That is pretty beefy. The diameter of the magnet is similar to the diameter of the cone. It's got a rather plain appearance to it, nothing too fancy, but I honestly like that more than, you know, a bunch of logos and crazy stuff going on. It's got the push style spring-loaded connectors for each voice coil, which makes it a little easier to connect wires to it. And also one thing worth noting, it's got this kind of rubbery cover over the magnet. And then in the bottom of the box, after you take out the foam, you will find the trim ring and the hardware, and it also comes with a hex bit in case you don't have one, so you can install the screws. So the trim ring is actually aluminum, just fits on top like that when you screw it on. Anyways, onto the amplifier. This is a 500 watt RMS Class D 1-channel amplifier, which is perfect for subwoofers. And what's cool about Rockford Fosgate is they don't even mess with the max power rating, and a lot of the lower end car audio companies will put what's called a max power rating, and it's usually double the RMS power, and it's a little deceptive for amplifiers, especially subwoofers. It kind of makes sense to put a maximum power rating on there, but amplifiers, like, you're never really going to achieve that max power rating, so RMS is what you want to look for when you're actually looking at amplifiers. And you want to try to match the RMS on the amplifiers with the subwoofer, but it doesn't actually have to be exact. This amplifier will produce 500 watts RMS at 2 ohms, but if you're using 4 ohms, you'll only produce 300 watts RMS. And some of you might be wondering, oh, why did you get the 4 ohm subwoofer? That's because it's a dual voice coil subwoofer. Each voice coil is 4 ohms. If you wire the voice coils in parallel, you're going to get the 2 ohms, and then you'll be able to push 500 watts to it. And if you wire it in series, you're going to get 8 ohms. And if you get the 2 ohm dual voice coil subwoofer, you can either wire it in 1 ohm or 4 ohms. You won't be able to wire it in 2 ohms, which kind of gets a little confusing. And most amplifiers cannot handle 1 ohm. So you'll be like, oh, 1 ohm, then I'll get, like, 700 watts. Most amplifiers won't be able to handle that unless they specifically say in the instructions or the description when you're buying it that they can handle 1 ohm. Then that would be perfect to get the 2 ohm subwoofer, so you could wire it and get more power. Anyways, on the back, just tells you all the stuff it has. But enough of that, let's go ahead and open it. So first thing it has is this amplifier verification certificate, and so I guess they test each amplifier to give it like a certificate, and this was actually tested as 627 watts RMS power, which is pretty cool because that means they underrate their amplifiers. And here it is. It's not very big at all. And what's cool about this, it actually comes with the bass control knob. Some amplifiers will, some amplifiers won't. A lot of companies will make you buy it separately, but it's pretty nice of Rockford Fosgate to include that. Then it has the screws for that, so you can screw it in your dashboard or whatever. And then here are the instructions, and it also has the high-level input harness and the screws and a little tool to install it. So this amplifier is designed to take a 4-gauge power and ground wire, and then an 8-gauge speaker wire. It's got RCA inputs is what you want to use if you have an aftermarket stereo, and it also has the high-level input. That's what the harness is for. That's if you're using it with a stock system. That's usually the easiest way to go. It's pretty nice, like, having everything on one side. I've seen some amplifiers that have like some stuff on one side, some stuff on the other. I like it just on one side. It makes it cleaner for installing. And then up top you have the power indicator light, punch, EQ. I'm not exactly sure what that is yet, but I'm gonna find out. Frequency hertz knob, that's for the built-in low pass crossover, which cuts out all the highs and then just gives you lows, and you can select exactly where it cuts out at. then a phase selector switch, and then a gain knob as well. I went ahead and purchased a 4-gauge wiring kit. Personally, I don't go really expensive on wiring kits. This one was a fairly cheap one. It has a 100 amp fuse, and then everything you need to install it. So anyways, I'm making an entire subwoofer video series, anything from like what all the numbers mean and like what to look for, and I'm going to show you how to design and build a custom subwoofer enclosure. The one I'm building is going to be specifically for this. It'll be ported, and I will give you all the specs so you can build it on your own if you want to, and then also one on actually installing it on the car, and I'm going to do bass tests and everything like that. So be sure to check that out if you're interested, and I will also leave Amazon links down below to everything you saw in this video in case you want to check it out. And if you buy from one of those links, it will help support the channel. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer each and every one of them. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.